In the intricate tapestry of human relationships, discerning the true character of individuals often feels like navigating a labyrinth. We rely on first impressions, shared experiences, and whispered opinions, yet these can be deceiving, masking underlying motives and intentions. But, what if there were a more reliable compass, a set of timeless principles to guide us toward a deeper understanding of those around us? Stoic philosophy, a wellspring of wisdom spanning millennia, offers just such a compass. This ancient school of thought, championed by luminaries like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, provides a framework for observing and interpreting human behavior, cutting through superficialities to reveal the core essence of character. This exploration isn't merely an academic exercise, it's a practical guide to navigating the complexities of modern life, fostering more authentic connections, and cultivating a more virtuous self. It's about learning to see the world, and the people in it, with clarity and purpose. So, let us embark on a journey into the heart of Stoic secrets, uncovering 5 key signs that reveal a person's true colors, not through subjective feelings or fleeting judgments, but through observable actions and consistent patterns of behavior. These signs, while simple in their articulation, offer profound insights into the values, priorities, and moral compass that guide individuals, shaping their interactions and defining their character. Understanding these signs will not only help us better navigate the social landscape but will also provide a mirror to our own selves, allowing us to reflect on our own actions and strive for a more virtuous life. Let's explore how ancient philosophy can still reveal the truth about human character in today's world. Body, the first sign, and perhaps the most revealing, lies in how individuals treat those who cannot offer them any tangible benefit. In a world often driven by transactional relationships, where value is measured by status, wealth, or influence, the true measure of a person's character emerges in their interactions with those deemed beneath them, the service workers, the custodians, the strangers on the street. These interactions, seemingly insignificant in the grand scheme of life, hold immense value, revealing whether kindness and respect are genuine virtues or merely conditional behaviors reserved for those who can provide something in return. A simple thank you to a cashier, a friendly smile to a janitor, holding the door open for someone struggling with heavy bags, these small gestures speak volumes about a person's heart, demonstrating empathy, humility, and a recognition of our shared humanity. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wisely advised, "Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you." This profound statement encapsulates the Stoic ideal: how we treat others, especially those who may appear to be beneath us, is a true reflection of our moral foundation. If we expect to be treated with respect, dignity, and kindness, then we must extend the same courtesy to those who have no ability to repay us. When we dismiss people who serve us, snap at someone simply doing their job, or ignore the small acts of kindness of others, we are exposing something deeper, a sense of entitlement, arrogance, and perhaps a lack of understanding of our shared humanity. Such behavior can be corrosive, eroding trust and respect not only for those we are rude to but also for ourselves. Modern Stoicism, which emphasizes living in accordance with virtue rather than external rewards, reminds us that our worth as individuals is not measured by titles, wealth, or achievements but by our capacity for kindness, patience, and understanding. In a fast-paced, achievement-oriented society where superficial markers of success are often celebrated and people are too often reduced to the roles they play or the things they can provide, this timeless principle is more relevant than ever. True virtue, as Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius teach us, lies in the ability to treat others with respect, dignity, and kindness regardless of their position or ability to reciprocate. When we extend kindness without expecting anything in return, we strengthen our own character and create an environment where trust and respect can flourish. Such behavior has a profound effect not just on the people we interact with but also on the wider world. By consistently showing respect and kindness, even when it seems like there's nothing to gain, we inspire others to do the same. Our actions create a ripple effect of goodwill, fostering a culture where compassion is valued over selfishness, humility is honored over arrogance, and respect is extended freely to all. When we treat others well, especially those who cannot give us anything in return, we remind ourselves of the importance of ethical living and take steps toward building a community that values the intrinsic worth of every individual regardless of their status or power. In today's world, where self-interest often drives our actions and kindness is frequently transactional, it's crucial to remember that genuine acts of compassion reflect the depth of our character. By practicing this principle daily, we are not only making the world a better place but also cultivating a sense of inner peace and integrity. This is the essence of modern Stoicism, living in harmony with virtue, recognizing that our actions, especially those done in the absence of reward, speak louder than words. When we treat everyone with respect, regardless of their position or ability to give us anything in return, we are living authentically and fulfilling our highest moral purpose, helping to create a world that is more compassionate, equitable, and humane. The second sign revealing true character lies in how individuals handle minor inconveniences. These everyday frustrations, the delayed coffee order, the unexpected traffic jam, the long line at the store, serve as quiet mirrors reflecting the depths of someone's emotional maturity and self-control in ways that grand gestures often cannot. How do you feel when faced with these situations? For some, these moments become fuel for frustration, spiraling into anger or blame, exposing a lack of control over their emotions. For others, they are mere ripples, handled with calm, humor, or adaptability. This is where Stoicism offers its timeless guidance. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." These words remind us that while we cannot control external events, we hold full authority over our responses. In this lies the heart of Stoic secrets, the ability to transform minor irritations into opportunities for growth and self-mastery. Imagine a modern scene: a busy professional walks into a cafe for a quick breakfast, only to find their usual order delayed by a flustered barista. One customer sighs, grumbles, and taps their foot impatiently, their annoyance filling the air like static. Another smiles, reassures the overwhelmed worker, and uses the extra time to reply to a few emails or reflect on the day ahead. Both leave with the same cup of coffee, but their energy and impact are worlds apart. Which one would you rather be around, and more importantly, which one reflects the version of yourself you strive to become? How we respond to these small moments not only shapes our mood but influences the environment and people around us. Think of a leader in the workplace facing an unexpected technical glitch during a major presentation. A reactive leader, overwhelmed by frustration, might snap at their team, eroding trust and morale. A calm and composed leader sets a different tone, acknowledging the issue, seeking solutions, and reassuring everyone that setbacks are just part of the journey. This distinction is not about suppressing emotions but about choosing a response aligned with the bigger picture. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When we master this strength, we turn life's small hiccups into stepping stones for emotional resilience. Observing how someone navigates these minor frustrations can reveal profound truths about their character. Consider the friend who loses their cool over a cold meal at a restaurant versus the one who kindly asks the waiter for a correction, or the colleague who blames everyone else for a missed deadline versus the one who calmly analyzes what went wrong and proposes a solution. These moments may seem trivial, but they echo a broader pattern. How we handle the small things often predicts how we'll approach life's bigger challenges. Do we create calm or chaos? Do we uplift others or drag them into our frustrations? Self-awareness is the foundation for changing how we respond to life's minor disruptions. It begins with noticing our triggers, what sets us off. From there, mindfulness becomes our tool for rewiring our reactions. Next time you find yourself frustrated, pause and ask, "Is this worth my peace? What can I learn from this?" By reframing irritations as opportunities to practice patience, we strengthen our ability to stay centered. Each moment becomes a training ground, teaching us to prioritize calm over chaos, growth over grievance. The beauty of mastering this art is that it benefits not only you but also those around you. A person who responds to difficulties with grace creates harmony, becoming a source of positivity and inspiration. This doesn't mean suppressing all negative emotions but choosing to channel them constructively. The Stoic secrets to navigating life's frustrations lie in this simple yet profound practice, reclaiming control over our inner world when the outer world feels chaotic. When you embrace this mindset, you not only cultivate inner peace but also exemplify the strength and resilience that others silently admire. So, next time you're faced with a minor inconvenience, a flat tire, a slow line, an unexpected delay, ask yourself, what does my reaction say about me? How can I use this moment to reflect my values and strengthen my character? Remember, it's in these small, everyday moments that our true colors shine. By choosing calm, resilience, and a touch of humor, you show the world, and yourself, the kind of person you truly are. Thirdly, a person's relationship with time and commitments reveals much about their character, priorities, and values. Time is a finite and irreplaceable resource, and how we use it often reflects our deeper beliefs and sense of responsibility. Someone who is punctual, honors deadlines, and keeps promises demonstrates reliability, discipline, and respect for others. These actions are more than habits, they are clear expressions of accountability, showing that this person values both their own time and the time of those they interact with. In contrast, chronic tardiness, last-minute cancellations, or neglecting responsibilities signals disorganization, carelessness, or a lack of respect for others. As Seneca wisely said, we are tight-fisted with property but wasteful of time, reminding us that we often waste what cannot be recovered. In today's fast-paced world, where time feels both abundant and scarce, this Stoic insight challenges us to reflect on how we manage our commitments and their impact on those around us. Time management then goes beyond being an organizational skill, it's a reflection of our values and respect for others. Consider a leader who begins meetings on time, follows an agenda, and keeps things running efficiently. Such behavior fosters a culture of professionalism and respect, encouraging others to do the same. It underscores the understanding that time is a valuable resource, one that should be treated with care and mindfulness. On the flip side, someone who is constantly late, unprepared, or who cancels without notice undermines their credibility and disrupts productivity. Punctuality and preparation are the cornerstones of respect, without them, frustration and mistrust follow. But the real test of one's character lies in honoring commitments. A friend who shows up when they say they will, or a colleague who pushes through challenges to meet deadlines demonstrates reliability and integrity. These small, consistent actions build trust and establish a reputation for dependability, aligning with the Stoic principle of being true to one's word. How a person spends their free time also provides valuable insight into their priorities. Do they invest time in personal growth, nurturing relationships, or giving back to the community, or do they squander it on distractions and shallow pleasures? Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, reminds us of the urgency of time. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This thought encourages us to treat each moment as precious and to make intentional choices that align with our values and long-term goals. Modern Stoicism teaches us to live purposefully, urging us to assess whether how we spend our time reflects our highest aspirations. We must be mindful of how we use our time, ensuring it serves our deepest goals rather than fleeting desires. For those seeking personal growth, reflecting on how we manage our time and commitments is crucial. Are we punctual and reliable? Do we honor both big and small promises? Are we intentional about how we spend our time, ensuring our actions align with our values? Cultivating habits of punctuality, reliability, and mindfulness not only boosts personal productivity but also strengthens our relationships. When we view time as a valuable resource, we recognize its significance not just for ourselves but for others. By treating time with respect, we create a life that aligns with our goals and enriches those around us. This approach embodies the Stoic ideal of living with purpose, guided by reason and virtue. In practicing this philosophy, we create a life of fulfillment and inspire others to do the same. Through intentional management of time and commitments, we foster trust, responsibility, and mutual respect, values that are essential for personal and societal growth. Modern Stoicism shows us that by valuing time, we cultivate a life that is purposeful, aligned with our highest ideals, and meaningful. Fourth, one of the most telling aspects of a person's character is how they act when no one is watching. In these private moments, when there is no external pressure or expectation, a person's true nature is often revealed. It is in these instances, when no reward or recognition is involved, that integrity and moral values are tested. A person who chooses to do the right thing in private, even when no one will know, demonstrates a deep commitment to their ethical foundation. Whether it's returning a lost wallet, keeping a promise despite inconvenience, or resisting the temptation to take credit for someone else's work, these private actions reflect a strong moral compass. In contrast, someone who engages in dishonest behavior or takes shortcuts because they think they won't be caught exposes a lack of integrity and moral fortitude. This concept is at the core of modern Stoicism, which emphasizes the importance of living virtuously without seeking external validation or recognition. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wisely said, "What we do now echoes in eternity," reminding us that our actions, no matter how small, contribute to the lasting nature of our character. The Stoics believe that true virtue is cultivated not through grand public gestures but through consistent ethical actions in our everyday lives, especially when no one is observing. It is in these quiet, private moments that a person's true integrity shines through. By practicing integrity when no one is looking, we embody the Stoic principle that character is built through small, consistent choices, not through attention-seeking acts. For instance, a person who always keeps their word, even when there is no one around to praise them, demonstrates trustworthiness and reliability. Similarly, when someone chooses to keep confidential information private or takes responsibility for mistakes without being pressured, they show strength of character. These actions may seem insignificant, but they form the bedrock of a virtuous life. Such individuals do not need external recognition, as their moral compass is guided by an inner commitment to doing what is right. This internal consistency is highly valued in Stoicism, as it reflects true virtue untainted by the desire for praise. On the other hand, those who engage in dishonest acts or fail to follow through on commitments when unobserved reveal a lack of moral strength. Though these actions may remain hidden, they undermine trust and personal integrity. In Stoic thought, integrity is not about acting with honesty when others are watching, it is about doing what is right regardless of the situation or audience. When we act dishonestly in private, we are not only betraying others but also betraying ourselves. The true test of character lies in how we behave when there is no one around to hold us accountable. In today's world, where external achievements and public recognition are often prioritized, practicing integrity in private moments has never been more crucial. Society is often driven by appearances, with many people tempted to act in ways that yield immediate rewards or accolades. However, the Stoic practice of maintaining moral integrity regardless of external circumstances provides a solid foundation for living authentically. By doing what is right when no one is watching, we cultivate self-respect and authenticity. This ensures that our public actions align with our private beliefs, allowing us to live a life that is consistent, honest, and true to our values. The core message is clear: how we act in private speaks volumes about our true character. The measure of a person's integrity is not determined by their actions when others are present but by how they behave when there is no one to impress or judge. By aligning our private actions with our public personas, we create a life rooted in consistency, integrity, and virtue, reflecting the enduring aspects of our character. True authenticity is found not in the moments when we are observed but in the private choices we make when no one is watching. By living with integrity in private, we reinforce our commitment to Stoic principles, ultimately building a life that embodies virtue and consistency regardless of external validation. Finally, power, whether in leadership, relationships, or even in holding crucial information, has a remarkable ability to expose a person's true character. Have you ever witnessed someone in a position of authority or influence and wondered how they handled their role? Did they lead with humility, empowering others, or did they seize control, hoarding authority to fuel their own ego? The way someone navigates power can reveal more about them than any words ever could. Stoic philosophy offers us deep wisdom on this subject, teaching that power, in all its forms, is not a privilege to wield but a responsibility to manage with wisdom and empathy. Seneca, the Stoic sage, once wrote, "True strength lies in contentment and service, not in exerting dominance over others," and this profound insight speaks to the heart of Stoic secrets. When power is handled with humility, it becomes a tool for growth, collaboration, and trust. Think about the difference between a leader who genuinely seeks to lift their team by delegating responsibility, acknowledging others' contributions, and providing opportunities for growth versus one who micromanages, withholds resources, or seeks to control. The first type of leader fosters an environment of motivation, unity, and respect, while the second often creates a toxic atmosphere driven by insecurity and fear. This is where you begin to see someone's true nature. How they use power reveals their character in ways that words often cannot. Consider a modern example, a CEO who, despite their power and status, regularly checks in with their employees, listens to their concerns, and celebrates the achievements of their team. This leader doesn't just focus on the company's success, they prioritize the well-being of those who help build that success. Their power comes from their ability to uplift others, not from asserting control. Now contrast that with a manager who, instead of empowering their team, insists on doing everything themselves, dismisses the contributions of others, and hoards key information. You can feel the difference, right? One environment is filled with trust and collaboration, while the other is laden with stress and resentment. This isn't just about leadership in the workplace. Think about relationships where one person has more influence. Do they use their power to build the other person up, or do they manipulate the situation to their advantage? This dynamic plays out in all facets of life, revealing whether power is being used for selfless service or selfish gain. The Stoic approach to power is one of reflection and integrity. Power isn't about domination, it's about using your position to serve others and support their growth. When you hold power, whether as a leader, a parent, or even in a social setting, how often do you pause to ask yourself, am I using this influence for the benefit of others or for my own gain? Power that is wielded for selfish reasons can easily turn toxic, breeding resentment, distrust, and division. On the other hand, power that is exercised with empathy and humility transforms the people around you. A manager who listens to their team, provides constructive feedback, and shares credit for success fosters a spirit of collaboration and respect. This is true leadership in its highest form, leadership grounded in the Stoic values of wisdom, fairness, and justice. Power, when used well, reflects the moral clarity of the person wielding it. The key question is, how do they respond when faced with the opportunity to exploit their influence for personal gain? Do they rise to the occasion with integrity, or do they manipulate the situation for their own benefit? The Stoic mindset encourages us to constantly reflect on our motives and ensure that our actions align with our highest values. Whether in leadership, relationships, or any moment of influence, how we handle power speaks volumes about the person we are. It's not about the title or the authority we hold, it's about how we use that position to impact others for better or for worse. Applying these Stoic observations to personal growth, the observations discussed not only help us assess the character of others but can also be directly applied to our own personal growth. By better understanding how people handle various situations, we can learn to incorporate Stoic principles into our own lives, becoming stronger and more resilient in the process. Practicing kindness, one of the most profound ways to embody Stoic principles, means making it a constant practice in our daily lives. Stoicism teaches us that our actions speak far louder than our words, and kindness is an expression of this philosophy. It's not about grand gestures or seeking praise, it's about those small, everyday actions that reflect a deeper, more authentic care for others. Whether it's holding the door open for someone, offering assistance to a stranger struggling with groceries, or simply sharing a warm smile, these acts reveal our compassionate nature. In the Stoic tradition, kindness is not transactional, it's not about expecting anything in return but about demonstrating empathy and humanity in its purest form. By committing to this practice, we not only enhance our relationships but also cultivate a sense of inner peace. Every time we choose to act kindly, we reaffirm our values and strengthen our commitment to living with virtue. In a world that often emphasizes individual achievement and external rewards, the Stoic perspective challenges us to understand that kindness is its own reward. It is the act of giving without expectation, a gesture that reflects our true character and brings about a sense of personal fulfillment. This idea of kindness is especially significant when extended to those who may not be able to reciprocate, such as service workers or individuals who hold no direct benefit for us. Treating all people with respect and courtesy, regardless of their status or role, serves not only to strengthen our character but also to uplift the collective spirit of society. This aligns with a key Stoic value: we cannot control the actions of others, but we can always control how we choose to act toward them. Kindness is a mirror of our internal state, reflecting the peace and goodwill we strive to cultivate within ourselves. Moreover, kindness has a ripple effect. When we model compassionate behavior, particularly to those who are younger or more impressionable, we set an example that extends far beyond our immediate actions. Parents, mentors, and leaders can be powerful role models, demonstrating that kindness is not simply a nice gesture but a way of living. Through these small acts, we contribute to a culture of compassion that ripples outward, creating a more harmonious and cooperative society. It is also important to recognize that practicing kindness is not just about how we treat others but also how we treat ourselves. In practicing Stoicism, we learn that self-compassion is just as important as compassion for others. By showing kindness to ourselves through self-care, understanding, and acceptance, we strengthen our emotional and moral resilience. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once reminded us, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By choosing to focus on positive and kind actions, we improve not only our relationship with others but with ourselves. Furthermore, kindness reinforces our sense of purpose. In the pursuit of external validation or personal success, we can lose sight of what truly matters. Stoicism urges us to live intentionally, reminding us that our purpose is not to seek approval from others but to live virtuously with integrity and respect. When we choose to act kindly, we're not just making others feel better, we're aligning our actions with our highest values, creating a life filled with meaning and contribution. Modern Stoicism encourages us to live with purpose, and kindness is one of the most effective ways to embody that purpose. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to the greater good. By integrating kindness into our daily routines, we create an environment of mutual respect, compassion, and cooperation. This does more than just improve our relationships, it creates a ripple effect that can transform communities. Living kindly allows us to build deeper emotional connections with those around us and fortifies our own inner strength. Through these acts, we are reminded that the true measure of our lives lies not in what we accumulate but in the positive impact we have on others. By practicing kindness in every moment, we adhere to Stoic values and contribute to a world that is more empathetic and supportive. Kindness becomes a powerful force for personal growth, collective well-being, and societal harmony. Building emotional resilience, crucial for navigating life's inevitable challenges with grace, is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control external events, our reactions to them shape our emotional state. This perspective empowers us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and responses, rather than letting circumstances dictate how we feel. By accepting discomfort, setbacks, and uncertainties without letting them disturb our peace of mind, we cultivate the emotional resilience necessary to face life's difficulties. In today's unpredictable world, this Stoic mindset is invaluable for maintaining balance and clarity. A central component of emotional resilience is mindfulness, which involves staying present and aware of our emotional reactions. Mindfulness allows us to pause and reflect before reacting impulsively, giving us the space to choose a thoughtful, measured response. For instance, when faced with criticism or stress, rather than immediately feeling defensive or overwhelmed, mindfulness enables us to step back and reflect. This introspection allows us to respond in line with our values rather than being driven by raw emotion. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This reinforces the idea that while we can't control external events, we can always control our responses. By practicing mindfulness, we harness this power to maintain emotional equilibrium, no matter what life presents. Reframing challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than obstacles to avoid, is another essential aspect of emotional resilience. Stoics believe that every hardship carries a lesson. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can ask, "What can I learn from this situation?" This shift in mindset turns adversity into a valuable experience that strengthens our ability to cope with future difficulties. Resilience isn't about avoiding hardship but about building the strength to overcome it and emerge stronger. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters," encouraging us to focus on our response, which strengthens our emotional resilience. In a fast-paced world filled with stress, embracing what is within our control is essential for reducing anxiety and unnecessary pressure. By focusing on our thoughts, actions, and emotional responses, we free ourselves from the stress caused by external forces. When we internalize the Stoic teaching that we cannot control others' actions, the weather, or unforeseen events, we can redirect our energy towards cultivating peace of mind. This shift reduces anxiety and enhances our ability to remain calm in challenging situations. Emotional resilience transforms obstacles into opportunities for personal growth, allowing us to maintain inner peace regardless of external circumstances. Furthermore, emotional resilience benefits not only us but also creates a more compassionate environment for others. By demonstrating emotional strength and a balanced approach to adversity, we set an example for those around us. We encourage others to embrace their struggles with a Stoic mindset, fostering a community where individuals can thrive despite life's challenges. This enhances our well-being and fosters solidarity and mutual support in times of hardship. We can show compassion to others, creating a network that uplifts each other rather than being weighed down by external circumstances. Building emotional resilience through modern Stoicism allows us to live with greater purpose, clarity, and less stress. By focusing on what we can control, reframing challenges as opportunities for growth, and practicing mindfulness, we become better equipped to navigate life's uncertainties with grace. These Stoic principles strengthen us and create a positive ripple effect that inspires others to live with the same resilience. In an unpredictable world, emotional resilience empowers us to live authentically, maintain peace of mind, and build compassionate communities. Mastering time management isn't just about squeezing more tasks into your day, it's about learning to live intentionally, aligning your actions with what truly matters. Have you ever caught yourself lost in distractions, constantly pulled in different directions, wondering where your time went at the end of the day? Time, as the Stoics teach, is our most precious resource, and how we spend it reflects how much we value it. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "You could leave life right now, let that determine what you do and say and think." His words are a powerful reminder that life is fleeting and every moment counts. In a world filled with constant demands, distractions, and noise, the Stoic secrets to time management teach us to focus on what truly aligns with our values and goals. What if you could spend your days doing only what truly brings you fulfillment and contributes to your growth? What would that look like for you? One of the first steps to mastering time management is setting clear, intentional goals. It's easy to get swept up in the rush of daily demands, emails, meetings, and social media notifications, but when you step back and ask yourself what truly matters, you regain control over your time. Setting intentional goals allows you to eliminate distractions and focus on the things that align with your core values. Whether dedicating time to your personal growth, spending quality moments with loved ones, or contributing to a cause you care about, every choice you make with your time sends a message about your priorities. Consider a busy professional who sets aside an hour each morning for reflection and reading rather than immediately diving into the chaos of emails. That hour, though small, becomes a purposeful investment in growth. How often do you take time to intentionally align your actions with your deeper values rather than reacting to the constant flow of distractions? Learning the power of saying no is another critical element of time management. How often do you find yourself agreeing to things out of obligation, fear of missing out, or the pressure to please others? Saying yes to everything can lead to burnout, frustration, and a feeling of being stretched too thin. But when you learn to set boundaries, you create space for what truly matters. A person who has mastered time management can decline invitations, requests, or obligations that don't serve their larger purpose. Imagine you're invited to another social event that doesn't align with your current goals. By kindly but firmly saying no, you protect your time and energy for the things that are more meaningful to you. The Stoic secret here is about understanding that saying no isn't a rejection of others, it's an affirmation of your own values. It's a way to take control of your life rather than being controlled by the expectations of others. Consistency and discipline are essential for effective time management. The Stoics placed great emphasis on cultivating self-discipline as a means to live virtuously, and time management is no exception. This means creating routines that align with your goals, sticking to schedules, and prioritizing activities that nurture your well-being. Imagine a writer who commits to writing a set number of words each day or an athlete who follows a regular training regimen. While it may be inconvenient at times, the discipline of sticking to a plan consistently pays off in the long run. It's easy to let distractions derail your day, but when you prioritize consistency, waking up early to meditate, setting aside time each day to exercise, or dedicating focused hours for deep work, you make the most of your time. Through this discipline, you create balance and fulfillment, as each day becomes a series of intentional actions that align with your greater goals. Are you spending your time intentionally, or do you react to the endless demands that life throws at you? The Stoic secrets to mastering time management offer us a roadmap to create a life that is purposeful, and fulfilling. By setting clear goals, learning to say no, and committing to routines with discipline, we align our time with what truly matters. Time is finite, how you spend it reflects who you are and what you value. By taking ownership of your time, you take ownership of your life. Developing integrity, one of the foundational principles of Stoic philosophy, serves as a key pillar in the pursuit of personal growth and a meaningful life. Integrity is more than simply doing the right thing when it's easy, it's about staying true to one's values even in the face of adversity or inconvenience. A person with integrity is steadfast in their commitments, holding themselves to high ethical standards regardless of the situation. They are honest, trustworthy, and reliable qualities that remain constant whether they're being observed by others or acting in private. Integrity is a reflection of the inner alignment between one's actions and their deepest values, creating an authentic life that mirrors their beliefs. Marcus Aurelius stated, "If it is not right, do not do it, if it is not true, do not say it." These words resonate deeply with the Stoic practice of maintaining integrity, encouraging us to act with transparency and honesty in all our dealings. The development of integrity is an active pursuit requiring self-awareness and accountability. To cultivate integrity, we must first take an honest look at our own actions and motivations, ensuring that they align with our highest values. This is where self-reflection becomes essential. We must be willing to confront our shortcomings, recognize our mistakes, and take responsibility for them rather than deflecting blame or making excuses. In a world that often encourages self-justification, the Stoic approach calls for a higher standard where we accept the consequences of our actions and learn from them. By embracing this level of personal accountability, we improve our own character and become more reliable and trustworthy in the eyes of others. As we develop this honesty and openness, we begin to embody the Stoic belief that our actions should consistently reflect our moral principles, regardless of whether anyone is watching. Integrity encompasses honesty and transparency in our interactions with others. It requires that we acknowledge our flaws, own up to our mistakes, and make amends where necessary. Rather than hiding behind facades or pretending to be something we are not, living with integrity means consistently demonstrating openness and accountability. We create trust and mutual respect ere others know they can rely on our word and actions. This aligns with the understanding that integrity is not simply about doing the right thing but about being true to oneself and one's values. It's the moral compass that guides us through challenges and difficult decisions, ensuring that our actions remain aligned with our purpose even when faced with temptation or external pressures. In the modern world, the practice of integrity becomes crucial, fostering trust in our relationships and strengthening our own moral resolve. Integrity empowers us to face life's challenges with confidence, knowing that we are anchored in principles guiding us through the storm. We build a reputation of reliability and authenticity that serves us well in all areas of life. The practice of integrity is about living a life of purpose and authenticity. It is a commitment to being the same person in private as we are in public, to acting with consistency and honor regardless of external circumstances. The more we cultivate integrity, the more we align our actions with our true selves, fostering a sense of purpose and inner peace. In the words of Epictetus, no man is free who is not master of himself. Integrity is the foundation upon which true freedom rests, as it allows us to make decisions that are not swayed by external pressures or fleeting desires but are rooted in a steadfast commitment to our values. By developing integrity, we build trust with others and with ourselves. It is the cornerstone upon which all meaningful relationships are built, as trust is the bedrock of any strong connection. Through the consistent practice of integrity, we gain the confidence to navigate life's uncertainties, knowing that our actions reflect our deepest values. Modern Stoicism teaches us that integrity is not just an ideal but a way of life, a powerful tool for personal growth that allows us to live with purpose, authenticity, and resilience. When we live with integrity, we honor ourselves and contribute to a world that values truth, transparency, and ethical living, creating a more harmonious and trustworthy society for all. Using power wisely means understanding that power in all its forms carries with it a great responsibility that demands deep reflection, humility, and wisdom. Whether it manifests in our personal relationships, work environments, or broader societal influence, we must always remember that power magnifies both our virtues and flaws. The way we wield power is often a mirror to our true character, revealing whether we act out of a desire to serve or to control. Modern Stoicism teaches that power is not a tool for domination but a means to empower others, foster collaboration, and lead with empathy. True leadership is about guiding and uplifting those around us, not about asserting superiority. Seneca wisely said, "No man is free who is not master of himself," reminding us that self-discipline is the core of real power. By mastering our desires and impulses, we lead with integrity and wisdom, ensuring that our influence is used to benefit others. Exercising power wisely means aligning it with our values and using it to promote the well-being of others. A person who uses their influence to inspire and support creates an environment where trust, respect, and mutual success can flourish. For example, a leader who delegates responsibilities, acknowledges the contributions of their team, and nurtures their growth sets a positive tone. This approach leads to a productive, motivated, and loyal team. When power is used to uplift others, it fosters unity in a shared purpose, driving collective success. When power is misused for manipulation, control, or personal gain, it breeds resentment, division, and distrust. Misuse of power often stems from insecurity or the need for validation, creating toxic environments in workplaces, families, or communities. Such environments stifle open communication, and people may hesitate to contribute authentically for fear of repercussions. This suppresses individual potential, undermining the foundation of trust that is essential for healthy, thriving relationships. Modern Stoicism teaches us that real power is rooted in humility and service. It is not about exerting control over others but about demonstrating integrity, fairness, and the ability to guide without imposing. True leaders act out of a deep commitment to the greater good, using their influence to solve problems, create meaningful change, and foster collaboration. This kind of power is transformative. It allows us to build relationships based on trust and mutual respect, solve complex issues, and contribute positively to the world. The Stoics remind us that genuine power comes from self-mastery, control over our emotions, desires, and impulses, and using that discipline to act with fairness and justice. A person who exercises power with wisdom strengthens themselves and empowers others. In today's world, where power is often misused for personal gain or superficial recognition, it is easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation. By reflecting on how we use power, asking ourselves whether we are lifting others up and contributing to the collective good, we can avoid this pitfall. By applying Stoic principles of humility, service, and fairness, we ensure that our power aligns with our highest values and benefits others. This allows us to make a positive, lasting impact in the world, creating environments where trust, unity, and mutual respect flourish. Power exercised with wisdom and humility transforms not just the individual but everyone they influence. In a world where power can easily be abused, those who embody Stoic ideals and use their influence to serve others can help build a more compassionate world. Wise and just use of power fosters positive change not only in ourselves but also in the communities we are part of. By living according to Stoic principles, we can set an example of leadership that prioritizes the well-being of others, creating an atmosphere of collaboration and mutual respect. This commitment to service, humility, and fairness allows us to transform our own lives and the lives of those around us, leaving behind a legacy of positive impact. Fostering strong relationships is one of the most meaningful ways to enrich our lives, yet it's often overlooked in the pursuit of personal growth. Our connections with others, whether with family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers, shape who we are and reflect our character in ways nothing else can. The Stoic secrets teach us that how we treat others, especially those closest to us, reveals the depth of our true nature. Relationships based on trust, kindness, and respect withstand the test of time. Are you quick to listen and empathize, or do you react before understanding? Building strong relationships isn't about seeking approval or being agreeable, it's about creating genuine bonds grounded in empathy, patience, and consistency. This applies not just to family and friends but to everyone we meet, including coworkers and strangers. When was the last time you truly listened to someone without distractions, valuing their thoughts and offering your full attention? Active engagement like this forms the bedrock of trust, and while simple, it can transform any relationship. Reflect for a moment on your conversations. Do you listen deeply, or are you often thinking of what to say next? The Stoics believe that true communication isn't just talking but listening with intent. Active listening doesn't require grand gestures, it can be as simple as offering a word of encouragement or sharing a quiet moment with someone. These small acts, when done with genuine care, deepen the connection and create an unspoken understanding. Imagine a colleague feeling overwhelmed at work. You could rush through the conversation offering quick advice, or you could listen closely letting them express their frustrations then offer thoughtful support. This act of empathy not only makes the other person feel heard but strengthens the relationship. When we give others our full attention, we also grow in empathy, patience, and understanding. Relationships come with challenges. Misunderstandings, disagreements, or unmet expectations test even the strongest bonds. Here's where Stoic wisdom shines. It teaches us to view these challenges as opportunities for growth, not obstacles. Imagine a disagreement with a close friend. Instead of defending your stance, you pause, breathe, and approach the situation with the goal of understanding, not winning. This shift shows emotional maturity and commitment to the relationship. Stoics remind us that we cannot control others' actions, but we can control our responses. By choosing calmness over reaction, understanding over judgment, and reconciliation over victory, we create a space where relationships can heal and grow. In these moments, we truly see the strength of our connections. Respecting others' individuality is key to strong relationships. Each person has their own needs, preferences, and boundaries, and respecting these is an act of affection. When you show up for someone, whether by keeping commitments or respecting their time and space, you're demonstrating that they matter. When someone honors your boundaries, it strengthens the bond you share. Mutual respect fosters an environment where trust flourishes and both parties feel valued. It's not about grand gestures but the small, consistent acts of kindness that build a relationship that can withstand the test of time. Building strong relationships requires a continuous commitment to personal and collective growth. The Stoics understood that relationships are never perfect and neither are we, but by living with kindness, respect, and integrity, we create bonds that are meaningful and lasting. These connections bring fulfillment and a shared sense of purpose. Approach every relationship with kindness, actively listen, and see challenges as opportunities for growth. Strong relationships are not about perfection, they're about being consistent, respecting each other, and growing together. These relationships are the ones that provide the most meaning, joy, and purpose. The Stoic secrets show us that through small, intentional actions, empathy, patience, active listening, and mutual respect, we can foster relationships that truly enrich our lives. In conclusion, the 5 key signs: how people treat others, handle stress, value time, act in private, and manage power, serve as powerful indicators of someone's true character. These principles are essential in evaluating others and guiding us toward personal growth. By reflecting on these traits, we can live a more meaningful and virtuous life aligned with the Stoic ideals that promote authenticity and integrity. Are we living up to the standards we aspire to? If you found this insightful, like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom, and turn on notifications to never miss upcoming content. Stay true to your values.